Hello, welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2024 Top 37 countdown. It's place number 33, Czechia, Aiko and Pedestal. Please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. Now, Czechia have provided one of the earliest national selections in the past few years in terms of how early it comes in the season. So we've known that Pedestal is going to be the Czech entry for quite some time now. Now, Czechia have still relatively few appearances at Eurovision. They were one of the most kind of last countries to sort of come to the contest, and then they had a bit of a break even then. They seem to have cracked the qualification conundrum. It took them a few goes, but they've now qualified 5 times out of the last 7 since 2016. And indeed, they got their second best ever results last year, finishing in 10th place, and that was Vesna with My Sister's Crown. So can Aiko keep up Czechia's good run at the contest? Well, Aiko is a Czech singer-songwriter who, like some other previous Czech Eurovision entries, she has a UK connection. She's lived in London for some time, but is now Brighton-based. A route that more than one of my friends has taken in the past in their time, going from London to Brighton. Although she did enter a Czech reality talent show back in 2015, her musical career has mostly been spent in the UK, and she's performed at festivals all across Europe as well. Her song, The Pedestal, is a kind of a grungy rock, sort of pop rock number. She's described it as a self-love post-breakup anthem. It's very reminiscent of the kind of the up-tempo grunge pop of the early noughties. Does have quite a strong, I think, UK feel to it, which perhaps given her career and her legation is not surprising. It's also been co-written and produced by Stephen Ansell, who is of the alternative rock duo Blood Red Shoes. And where are they based and from? Well, Brighton. There is much to enjoy with this entry, and it feels authentic and it's catchy. Now, I've not got it high in my personal list for a couple of reasons. Now, firstly, while I do think it is a good track, it's not, again, it's just not my favourite genre or type of music. And secondly, I do have some doubts or concerns about how this comes across live. Now, the Czech national selection is notoriously shocking for its sound quality, and that was no exception this year. Last year, Vesna sounded awful, and they had a really good song. It also can be very difficult to tell from pre-parties as well. You're not really getting the proper live experience because you don't know how much the backing tracks is. Also, again, the sound quality, or certainly the recording of pre-parties, can be very difficult to tell how someone's actually performed live. That said, though, I still think the jury's out for me on this one. I'm still not convinced about how this comes across live. And we know what can happen on a big stage where you have songs that sound really good in the studio cut, but then when you get them onto the big stage, the big Eurovision stage, it doesn't go so well. I think with the UK's experience last year with I Wrote a Song, I think is probably the best recent example of that. Of course, the key question within these previews is not really what I think of a song. It's immaterial what my thoughts are of where it is in my ranking. It's can it qualify? It's in a tough section of running order in its semi-final, so it's in the first half, which is sort of the more difficult half to qualify from. It's 5th in the running order of songs that can be voted for, with favourite Switzerland immediately preceding it, and also then afterwards it has France and Austria. But that could be working its favour in the sense that it stands out both in that half of the semi, but also just overall in that semi-final, really being the only song in that kind of genre. But also, on the other hand, though, being where it is behind Switzerland, which is obviously one of the big favourites at the time of recording, could end up suppressing its televote or letting it be forgotten. When you look at the scoreboard app, it's well, I would call it, it's what I call it in the grand final, just about in the grand final positions, as in it's above, it's just getting into that top 26. However, it does fall short if you look at just the voting. When the scoreboard app, you can vote, you can order by the individual semi-finals, which actually gives you a better view of how the songs stack up against the other songs in that semi-final. And for there, it's not doing quite so well at the moment. According to that, it's missing out on the final. Now, at the moment, I think this is slightly more likely to not qualify than qualify. However, much will depend on that live performance and the staging, and it is definitely not without a chance, because it is not a generic song. It can and could stand out, but it's all going to be down to that staging and the live performance. And of course, as ever, do let me know what you think in the comments. Something I've not said in my videos before, because I keep forgetting to, is that you can, the link to the video, the full music video, is in the description down below, and also a link to my blog post of this preview, which also has the music video embedded as well, so you can always follow it there and watch it there if you like. But yes, please do let me know what you think, and we'll be back again very soon. Take care.